Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new here, my name is Liv. Just want to say thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. It's crazy to me that I've even hit that, like literally didn't think I'd hit that. In the past month has been crazy for my channel, and I just want to put a big shout out to Logan and KSI. I'm joking. Well, it kind of is their fault because like they did diss tracks and that's what gave me subscribers. But I also feel like people wouldn't subscribe if I wasn't like entertaining, or I don't even know. I'm not entertaining. Cool. So today's video is going to be me reacting to Jake versus Deji's fight, the highlights of it, because obviously I did my Logan and KSI one yesterday, and I've not spoke about Jake and Deji literally in any of my videos just because I don't really like any of them. Like, I don't mind them, but like I'm not a fan of any of them, so I didn't want to bring like them onto my channel and act like I like them in that way. I don't mind them, don't get me wrong, that like they might be nice boys, I have no idea. Just personally I don't really like them that much, but I did get requested to react to their fight because obviously I reacted to KSI and Logan's, and you know the drill. So basically I searched on to YouTube and I typed in Jake versus Deji highlights because I don't want to react to the full fight because that's like half an hour and I'll be bored. You'll probably be bored watching it. So I'm looking at the highlights. I do know Jake won, I was there. I didn't even see the fight though, as I mentioned in the one yesterday that I posted. It was very much like you couldn't really focus on it as much because it was a different atmosphere there than it would have been sat at home watching it. Because at home you got the best, like I can see on these videos, you have a clear view of like what's happening, and you obviously have a commentator, whereas we didn't have a commentator, so we kind of had to go off what we could see, which is fair enough. But as someone who has never watched boxing, who doesn't understand it, it's very much hard. It's hard to try and realise what's actually happening. So instead of me just blabbing on like I did in the last one, I'm just going to watch it and then speak about it after. And yeah, let's just react kind of thing. I don't even know what I'm going to do. Let's react. See, as much as people said Deji wasn't good, from this I can see he's actually pretty good. And Jake did bleed, I get that, but it's just, yeah, people thought Deji would win because Jake bled, but it doesn't go off that clearly. See, Jake's just really like, Deji's good, don't get me wrong, but I think people underestimated Jake.
It's a body shot. He's got Deji in the body. He's going to the body. Jake just got to dig deep now. He probably feels like he's running on empty, but he's just got to dig deep. Do something dramatic. Body again, Jake Paul.
Isn't this the round where he done?
Without a doubt, Jake Paul's going to win, and he's looking for the big punch to end this. Can he get it? The referee's going to send it for us. The towel has been thrown in. The towel has been thrown in by Deji's corner. Wow. No one expected that here in the Manchester Arena. But what a fight we had. Amazing.
God. So that fight is a funny one because people thought, like, even Deji's, not friends, more of people that knew Deji more, said that Jake would win. And it personally, I even said in my vlog, you can see before I went, that Jake will win. I knew Jake would win. I knew it. Just in something in my mind just telling me Jake is going to win because Deji, I just don't know. Just something was telling me that Jake would win. And I don't know boxing. I don't know who is better at sparring, as people say. I didn't know. Like, I don't care about boxing. But I just knew Jake would win. And people, like, would ask me, who do you think? And I'd say Jake. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, but aren't you from the UK? Well, yeah, but just because I'm from the UK doesn't mean that I have to support Deji. And I think that's where people went wrong on Twitter, because people thought, I'm from the UK, I have to support JJ. No, you don't. It doesn't matter where you're from. Do you know what I mean? People from America could support JJ, and it's totally their decision who they want to support. I just knew that Deji would not win. Not because I know what he's like in sparring. I just knew that Jake is kind of, like, people underestimate him. People think he isn't as good as he actually is, and he's proven he's very, very good. Now Deji, I keep getting the names mixed up. This is such a bad reaction. So Deji is good. Don't get me wrong, his performance was good, but I feel like Jake was just so much better, and Jake came out on top, and Jake won. As everyone knows, Jake won. I just feel like Jake was just there, and he was giving jabs and jabs and jabs, and Deji just wasn't. There's some clips where Jake's punching, and Deji's just stood there just like that, with like covering his face, which fair enough, but he just didn't try. He didn't try and fight back. He didn't try and do anything to stop that. And I feel like that round 5, Deji knew he was going to lose. He knew it, hence why they ended it early, because Jake was clearly getting the best of Deji, and he was going in, and then the referee split them up just to have, like, you know, when they split them up so they go and then start again. Not like a new round, you know what I'm trying to say. Deji's like side threw the towel in, meaning over, meaning Jake won. And even Deji's team, like whatever they were, would have seen that and knew Deji was going to lose. So it's easier to end there than end after all 6 rounds and be more of the, I don't know, but then I feel like he quit. He didn't quit in a way, because he was going to lose either way, but I feel like he could have at least tried and carried on just for the sake of that. I don't really know. It's so hard to react to boxing, but people wanted me to do it because I honestly have no idea what goes on and what is actually happening in sense. I feel like Jake won that by far. Jake deserved that. I feel like Jake is so... People have an opinion on him so fast about what he does, and every little thing he does. It's like with Logan. Every little thing they do. I know they've both done bad things in the past. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not agreeing with them. But I feel like Jake could do a tiny thing, and people would blow it out of proportion and judge him and not like him for that. I get people don't have to like him, but they cannot turn around and say that he did bad in that fight, because he didn't do bad. He didn't. And people saying they're going to do a rematch, they're not. Deji would not do a rematch with Jake. I know that. I know he won't. And I don't even know the guy, but I know that he won't. What is the point? Why would you, after you've just clearly lost by a lot, not even by like a tiny bit, like Logan and JJ, their fight was like very much like they're gonna do a rematch, because it was so close that it could have gone either way. Whereas Jake and Deji was not close. Deji was losing by far, and he won't do a rematch. If he was gonna do a rematch, he wouldn't do it with Jake. He'd do it with a different match. He wouldn't rematch Jake, and I know that. I feel like Jake wouldn't as well, purposely because Jake won. So why would he go back and fight someone that he's already won against? He would go against someone else to prove that he's better than them and all of that. I personally feel like Jake should have called out Joe Weller, purposely because I feel like that would be so good to watch. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that would be so good to watch. Like, I would watch that. But he called out Chris Brown. Chris Brown, he ain't gonna fight Jake. No way. He's already said he's not gonna fight Jake. I don't know why you'd call out Chris Brown, for one, because it's just not... It's a YouTube boxing match, and you're calling out a singer who very much would ruin Jake. He would ruin. And I like Jake. I don't like Jake, but I know Jake's good. Chris would win. And I just feel like it was a stupid thing to person to call out, but he did it. He called him out, and there you go. I feel like the next rematch, the undercards are going to be very, very, very good. I feel like they're going to come out better than ever. Personally, there's some, I'm going to mention this. There's YouTubers, I'm going to leave them in link. I'm only going to leave it. Basically, there's YouTubers, smaller YouTubers that want to go on the undercard, and I feel like they should be given the chance as well. There's a couple of people like Callum Markey versus Lewis Clark. Lewis Clark is going to get beat purely because he's a little bitch and I hate him. But that's that. Callum will win. So yeah, you will win, Callum. He won't even watch this, but he will win. And I just feel like there's so many smaller YouTubers that want to do it, and I feel like they should be given the chance. I feel like a lot of big YouTubers they don't get the views, whereas smaller YouTubers seem to get the views at the moment. And people keep asking if I am going to fight on the undercard. I'm not going to fight on the undercard. No way. I'm not even relevant enough to do that. And even if I was, I wouldn't, because have you seen the size of my arms? They're like twigs. I would literally break my arms and break my legs. Maybe in a couple of years, just not yet. But yeah. So guys, that is the end of this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like and make sure to subscribe and comment some new video ideas that you want me to do, and I'll be sure to do them. And yeah, I'm very tired. I'm gonna have to edit this and put it up straight away. But that's that. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!